Welcome back. We are talking about what it means to handle your business in full color with the CEO of ABL Creations, artist and fashion designer, Melissa Mitchell. This is such a colorful line.
Yes.
It stands out.
Yes.
And you are unapologetic. There is no void in color in anything that you design. Let's talk about the passion for patterns and color. Where'd this come from?
Well, you know, we talked about the snowstorm when I was locked in that room, and it was something about when I picked up those colors, I felt like I was like one of the X-Men. It was like my power started to be unleashed.
Yes, yeah.
And I realized that when I wore certain colors, I would elicit certain emotions from people around me. Like, oh, I love that yellow.
Yeah.
I love that orange. I love that pink. I was like, oh, this is a thing.
I remember the first time I saw you at an art
That's the
exhibit.
first thing you said,
and
girl,
I was like, yes,
those
sis.
colors, right?
Well, and it was like some jean shorts, and then all that
color.
was colors.
Yeah, and I realized that was my language, right?
Yeah.
I would enter a room without having to say a word, and people would automatically know my story and know what I stood for. And being of Bahamian heritage from Miami, Florida, so I'm already a Miami girl, Caribbean girl, and so again, I get to put on for my people. Putting on my clothes.
Yeah.
And so it's a great way to pay homage to my ancestors, but also while charting my own path.
Yeah, I love it. Let's take a look at some of the fashions and what you're doing and why you're doing it so boldly, right? Because so many times in corporate settings too, there's like, keep it muted, keep it low, but you're like, mute what?
Yeah.
Turn it down for what? We do it all color, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about what your models are wearing. And what I'm wearing.
Yeah, so what I did with this piece with my amazing collaboration with Shein is I wanted a dress that I didn't have to iron that much. I didn't have to think that much.
Yeah.
I could be bloated, I could be skinny, I could be all the things. And I wanted a piece that would grow with me, literally.
Yeah.
That I could wear from the summer, spring, winter, and fall, all the seasons.
Easily folds into some luggage, so you don't have to worry about.
I could put it in my little bag if I had to change after work. And so it's called the captain dress.
Okay.
It's an elevated muumuu like my aunts used to wear.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting elevated.
Yes, elevated muumuu, and it goes up to a size large, but it can fit up to a size 3X.
Okay.
And so all my girls that have worn it, they're like, girl, it's something about this dress. It's like the magic of this dress, and I wanted to jump out with a piece like that so people can feel confident, they can feel alive.
And I love that it's kind of daring, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes ladies of a certain age, we like to kind of keep things covered, but you're like, no, just give a little peekaboo.
Yeah, so
just
like,
a little peekaboo, right?
So like you can wear yours front, back, you can add your piece in the front, you can pin it, you can wear it however you want to, but it's done so well with Shein that they've asked me to do a couple more pieces.
Wow.
So I haven't even been a month out of doing the collection, and they're like, wait a minute, this ABL Creations girl might be a thing. So we're in talks to expand it in incredible ways.
That is incredible. I love it. And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
As we look at what Pam is wearing,
Yes.
lots of color, but kind of taking it to a sort of a maybe after 5, after 7 kind of style, right?
Yes. And so when I was, transitioning from the traditional world up into the fashion world, I still wanted to be Melissa, right? When I go to after 5 events, everybody's in black. They're in solid white, solid yellow, solid red. I said, well, why don't we put some color in here?
Yeah.
So I wanted to create a silhouette that still is signature me, but it still gives you that A-line, classy feel.
Yeah.
And Pam, one of my first customers ever, she carries me everywhere she goes. And so I said she would be the perfect person to rock this. And so she's wearing the one and the only dress of this kind.
Wow.
One of my newest samples, but needless to say, this will be on the market with another couple of weeks. So I'm just excited that I'm able to create in this way and create solutions of my own problems.
Absolutely. I like that. Solutions of our own problems. And then we've got Melanie here.
Yes.
Nice classic jumper.
Yes. So I am a jumper girl. Again, I am always getting dressed in a rush. So I want to grab a hanger, get dressed, run out. I have a belt that's very forgiving. And the material, it's so breathable. It's great for summer, but you can also have a little bit of weight to it for the fall. Yeah. And even with it's not a daring neckline, but if you want to be daring, you can unbutton a little bit. But it's just a perfect jumper. A transition piece from work to play to work, especially people who are trying to figure out their grown-up style.
Right.
My sister and I laughed about that. I feel like a grown-up, right? And so it really gives you that great look. And so these pieces are just my way of saying you could be fashionable in your own way.
Yeah, I want to talk about the way that you have made connections, right?
Oh, yes.
Because to get to Shein, to get to some of the big brands that you've collaborated with, that's a stay ready, so you don't have to get ready, but it's also the significance of the relationships you make and keep. Exactly. How do you do that?
I think you show up as yourself. Even we talking about the Shein opportunity, closed mouths don't get fed. You look at opportunities like, wow, one day, hopefully, and I was talking to one of my friends who actually was the last model, Kenya. I said, wow, I would love to work with Shein. And she thought it not robbery to share all the information with me for the collection, to work with the company.
A connection
a
for somebody,
connection
yeah.
for that, but it was relationships. She and I have been friends in the fashion industry for a while, and there are far more genuine people in the industry than you realize. And it's all about relationships, showing up as yourself. And you see my posts every day. I'm sharing my story, my struggles, my wins, and being very authentic.
Yeah.
And that shows up in my work, and that's what makes me so, infectious to people that want to buy me.
Yeah, no, clearly it is working, because it's doing so well that Shein wants another design speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
Definitely speaks volumes. Quickly before we go run to commercial, I want to give me an example of something that was hard, how you solved it, a problem you had and how you solved it, especially in those corporate settings.
Well, goodness, even when I talk about how I even got to that billboard moment, my entire collection was lost through UPS system. It was lost. We couldn't find it. And I had to dig deep within to just believe that I can get through it. And I made a couple of calls, and I was very on top of it. I never lost hope that it was going to work out for me. And they found it within a month and a half. They found it right before the launch date.
Oh, my God.
But I had to realize that.
I have to ask, where was it? Like, how do you lose a whole collection?
Because I was a smaller designer, it was within the warehouse, covered by all the other large brands.
Gotcha.
And so I may have had 20 boxes in the midst of 2,000 boxes. And so I got a call late one night from the warehouse director. He said, "Wait, are you the ABL girl with the B stuff?" I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Well, I found your stuff." I said, "Oh my God." And I had been fasting and praying. I had said some other stuff in different tongues. I said, "Lord, now you ain't bring me to this collection to leave me." And lo and behold, I was ready to release it. But when you have those kind of moments, you have to write them down, because it's so easy to forget when you won.
And another transformative moment for you was going to South Africa.
Oh my goodness.
How did that change your worldview, your fashion, your mission?
When I first began painting, I was untrained, didn't know anything about it. I never did research. And one night I was typing in colorful women that paint, and it led me to this tribe in South Africa, and it was the Ndebele tribe. And Esther Mwanglu, whose birthday is on 11/11, I began to study her, and I said, "Oh, she's in South Africa. I would love to meet her one day." Of course, she wasn't in the hut when I went over there to visit her, but she came to the United States, and South African Tourism Board invited me to meet her.
Wow.
And she gave me her blessing as a painter and as a woman of color. And she said, "Go forth."
Wow. And I think our viewers, this is that moment, right?
In the middle of New York. And we met there, and she gave me her blessing. And I knew from that moment on that I could do anything, because my ancestors that are here with me now, and the ones that I know nothing of,
that already painted and paved your way.
They painted and paved the way.
That's beautiful. Listen, conversation continues when we return. We will be right back. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.